We are getting a snapshot of what a National Guard deployment in Memphis could look like. Mayor Paul Young confirmed he's been in talks over troops possibly heading to patrol Memphis's streets. Well, that's already the case in Washington, D.C. Our Ezekiel Telemaco joins us now in the studio. Ezekiel, you got insight on whether the National Guard is making a difference in the nation's capital.
Yeah, that's right, Pepper. I talked to an anchor at our sister station in D.C. who has covered the troop deployment since the start, and he's also a native of D.C. He says that crime is still happening in the Guard's presence despite everything else going on.
After weeks of speculation, Mayor Paul Young has confirmed he was briefed that Governor Bill Lee and President Donald Trump are considering deploying the National Guard to Memphis. In a statement, the mayor said he is committed to making sure any efforts strengthen our community and build on our progress, adding that what the city needs most are financial resources for intervention, more patrol officers, and case support to help police investigations. When asked, Governor Lee said in a statement, "Everything is possible and nothing is off the table." One Memphian told us the decision to bring in the National Guard is long overdue.
The youngins, they getting outrageous and ridiculous. Yo, we need them bad. They need to hurry up and call.
Local politician Worth Morgan says the Guard could provide relief for understaffed law enforcement.
We have a manpower shortage in various spots across law enforcement in Shelby County. If we can get some temporary relief, I say bring it on.
But State Rep Justin Pearson condemns the National Guard coming to Memphis and says, "I strongly oppose the deployment of the National Guard to Memphis. While I share a deep concern for those in our city who are harmed by gun violence and other crimes, the use of military force in our streets is not the solution." To understand what a development might look like, we turn to our sister station in Washington, D.C., WUSA 9. Anchor Lorenzo Hall is a D.C. native who has seen the National Guard's impact up close.
They haven't been doing much, I have to say, since they've been here, aside from patrolling some high traffic areas. They've been focused on a lot of beautification efforts recently, which includes replanting grass. They may be washing away graffiti, picking up trash, things of that sort.
Hall says the Guard's presence hasn't eliminated violence.
We've had 7 murders. We've still had a few carjackings. We've had a few robberies since then. So people are still out committing crimes. And I know that some people do feel safe with the National Guard's presence, but some folks don't believe this is the approach to reducing crime in D.C.
Hall also notes that Memphis's experience would be completely different than in Washington, D.C., with the Guards needing to answer to federal orders because there is no governor, whereas in Memphis, deployment would need direction and approval from Governor Lee.
It depends on what the order is, what the governor says they're going to do. Are you going to help the police department? Are you going to go into neighborhoods and stand watch? Are you going to stand in some high crime areas? It really just depends.
In D.C., Hall says people see the Guard occasionally, but many residents still don't want them here.
You see them occasionally, but it hasn't been overly intrusive. But people just don't want to see the National Guard at all.
City leaders say any deployment here would have to be carefully coordinated to make sure the Guard doesn't overtake the core police duties.
And Mayor Paul Young says that Memphis is already seeing progress while they're bringing down crime. And as of last week, they reported that 25% of crime was brought down. And live in studio, I'm Ezekiel Telemaco, ABC 24.